Welcome back, everybody. We got a banger for you today. This one's all about the MOC to MOC. That's right, it's back. Gift anything to friends. Let's get it. There is a little bit of setup required for this glitch, and what you're going to need is the giver and the receiver are both going to need a different special vehicle warehouse, and the receiver is going to need his MOC. You will need a car in the back of your MOC, so make sure it's a free vehicle that you don't mind losing, because you will lose that additional car. On top of this, the giver is also going to have to own a special vehicle warehouse. I prefer the Rocket Voltic. It has to be able to fit 2 people inside. Okay, let's get this glitch started. As the receiver, what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go and purchase a free vehicle, and I'm going to store that into the back of my MOC. Like I said earlier, you will lose this vehicle, so make sure it's a free one.
Driving in this town sucks shit!
¡Ay, Diosito!
¡Pinche mamavergas!
Okay, now that the receiver has the vehicle in the back of his MOC, he just wants to go ahead and call out his MOC.
Watch your shit!
Okay, now that you're making your way to your MOC, what you want to do is the receiver wants to drive his MOC up by the giver's special vehicle warehouse. You want to make sure that the blue circle is there so you'll be able to enter the MOC. Okay, now that the receiver is in position, he wants to make his way to the back of his MOC and get ready to enter the MOC with nearby friends. Okay, now that the receiver is there, the giver wants to make his way to the back of the MOC and stand right next to the blue circle. Okay, now that the giver is walking up, as you see in the video, the receiver just wants to go ahead and enter into the back of the MOC with nearby friends. Once the receiver gets inside his MOC, he wants to get inside as well as the giver. The giver will get in on the passenger side. Once the giver gets inside, the receiver will drive the car out. Once outside, the giver wants to press his pause menu. Once that is done, the receiver wants to drive his car to the back of the MOC and press right on the D-pad. As soon as that happens, the giver will get kicked out of the car. When the giver gets kicked, the receiver wants to back up the car a decent way. As you see, I went back a couple hundred feet. Okay, now that you can see the giver getting kicked out of the car, what you want him to do is press circle to get out of that menu, register as the CEO, and send the receiver an invite. Once the giver has sent the CEO invite, you want to make sure that the receiver accepts that CEO invite. Now that the receiver has accepted that invite from the giver wants to call out his rocket Voltic, make his way to the rocket Voltic, and pick up the receiver. The receiver should hop in the passenger side. Okay, now that the receiver is getting in the giver's car, the giver wants to drive to the back door of his special vehicle warehouse. He wants to press the interaction menu before he pulls up, as well as the receiver. With both players sitting at the interaction menu, the giver then wants to press circle to enter his special vehicle warehouse. When he does this, this will kick the receiver out of his car. Okay, here's the receiver's point of view. As soon as the giver presses circle to enter his special vehicle warehouse, it is going to kick the receiver over to the driver's side of his car. From then, the receiver is going to get out of the giver's car. When that happens, the receiver needs to leave his CEO and immediately call out his MOC. From this point, the receiver just needs to stand here and wait. Okay, now that the receiver is outside waiting to receive the car, what needs to happen is the giver needs to go outside and make his way to Spanish Avenue and leave the vehicle there for the receiver. Okay, now that the giver is landing at Spanish Avenue, he just wants to leave the vehicle out for the receiver here, because this is where the receiver will spawn. Once the vehicle is out, the giver can then make his way to the MOC that the receiver called out, because the giver is going to need to drive the receiver's MOC back to his special vehicle warehouse. Okay, now that the giver has made his way to the receiver's MOC, he wants to hop inside of it and drive it to the same position that it was parked earlier by the giver's special vehicle warehouse. Now that the giver is in position, he just wants to run to the back of the MOC and stand off to the side by the blue circle. Now that the giver is back and the MOC is parked, the receiver just wants to make his way to the back of the MOC and stand by the blue circle. Okay, once the receiver gets to the back of his MOC, what he wants to do is he wants to flick to his story mode character and get this black screen. Decline that alert twice, as you see in the video. From here, just walk into the blue circle and enter alone. This should leave you at an infinite black screen. Just wait about 10 seconds and then press down on your D-pad and flick to story mode and decline the alert again. This will kick the receiver out on Spanish Avenue. Now that the receiver is out on Spanish Avenue, you want to quickly make your way to the vehicle that the giver left for you. What this is going to do is going to kick the vehicle right into the back of your MOC. To get outside of your MOC, you just want to open up your map, start a job on the map, and as soon as you get in, quit that job. Now that you're back on the map, you can go ahead and request a personal vehicle from the back of your MOC. As you can see, the Pounder in fact did come out of my MOC. So since I'm doing a nightclub vehicle, there's a little bit more steps that I need to do. If you're doing a normal vehicle, you can either drive it into your vehicle warehouse, or if it's a jet, you can drive it to your hangar.
You need something, huh? Okay, I got stuff to do.
Okay, for me, since I'm doing the Pounder that is modded, what I need to do to get this in the nightclub is I need to have any nightclub garage that's full with any vehicle. I need to call that vehicle out and drive it into the back of the MOC. What that's going to do is that it's going to push that vehicle into the MOC and take the Mule, Pounder, or Speedo and put it into the nightclub garage.
Alright, I'll get back to work. You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? I'll bring it by.
Okay, now that I'm in the nightclub vehicle, like I said, drive it to the back of your MOC. Accept the black screen alert to get the Pounder, the Mule, or the Speedo to get pushed to the nightclub. Once done, just make your way to your nightclub. Okay, now that we're in our nightclub, what we want to do is go ahead and make our way to the garage that has the modded Speedo, Mule, or Pounder custom sitting in it. Now that you're in the garage, just go ahead and make your way to the modded Speedo, Mule, or Pounder and make one upgrade on it. What this is going to do, this is going to slap the mods onto a stock one if it's in there, or if you have a dead spot, it's going to put that modded one into that dead spot and completely fix your dead spot. As you can see, I do have my modded Pounder inside my B1 garage. What I would recommend from here, I would recommend you get inside that vehicle and make one small upgrade to it to make sure that this vehicle in fact does save. And that's how easy this MOC to MOC glitch is. Now you can do just about anything like this. You can do vehicles, nightclub vehicles, jets, certain things you can. I can get an Avenger into the MOC, but if you already own Avenger, it won't let you put it into a hangar or into the facility. Maybe if you don't own one, you might be able to use it there, but as for now, I haven't checked that. While this glitch is still active, I would recommend to everybody, grind it while you can. Once again, thank you for stopping in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It goes a long way. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one.